folks, Richard Forget here from Team Forget, the name you won't forget. So I thought I would address something we've all seen in the media. It's something you can't avoid, and that's the legalization of the ownership of cannabis and how it may affect you. So the new legislation allows homeowners to own 4 cannabis plants per dwelling. That doesn't mean per person. So if you have 5 people living in your home, you're allowed 4 cannabis plants. If you have 3 people living in your dwelling, you're allowed 4 cannabis plants. Now, the fact is that owning cannabis plants can pose problems for buyers of homes. And this is something that we as agents are going to really have to be dealing with in the future and make sure that all our T's are crossed and our I's are dotted in terms of the agreements that we're going to be putting in terms of representing our buyers. So the truth is now that we are going to be dealing with homes where people will have to reveal that they did own cannabis plants in that home. So that means making sure that, well, first of all, that you can get financing for that property, insurance. It also means having an inspection that will really do a little bit more in terms of checking to make sure that that the ownership of cannabis plants did not affect the home in some way. The fact is that that's not a latent defect, that's a material defect. And I'm doing that in quotes. Material being something that they know about. Latent would be something that maybe is behind the walls. But even if it's behind the walls, if they know about it, they have to reveal that. So just to touch upon the inspection issue, you can also have a contractor. And what they're going to do is they're going to make sure that the home has not been affected in some way. Because the fact is that if you are growing cannabis, generally you will need a warmer climate to do that. And so having an inspection and a contractor to verify that the home is in, tip-top shape in terms of you purchasing it. In terms of dealing with a seller now who may have owned cannabis in their home or grown cannabis in their home, this is a question we have to ask because this is something that could affect the sale of your home. Truth is that large-scale cannabis growing in your home is still illegal, and that will not change anything. The thing that's changing now, of course, is the low-quantity ownership of cannabis, and it's something that we are going to have to deal with and be very aware of moving forward. According to the Insurers Brokers of Canada, this is going to be a question that all insurers now will be asking, and that will be probably a pretty simple question. And did you ever own or grow marijuana, cannabis in your home, your dwelling? In terms of mortgaging and getting a loan for a home, that's something you're really going to have to talk to your lender, your mortgage broker, or your representative at whatever institution you're using. So let's say, for example, you are interested in a home and the sellers reveal to you that they did own cannabis or they grew, let's say 4 plants. You're going to want to let your lender know about that. You want the expert to be very aware of the situation. You don't want any surprises, so we always refer you and recommend that you speak to your mortgage specialist at your bank or your mortgage broker and just lay it out. Let them know what the situation is, and then they'll tell you whatever guidelines or rules they're using. So anyways, in a nutshell, that's the new rules in regards to cannabis ownership. I hope there's a little bit of information there for you that you can use. If you have any other questions, please feel free at any time to contact Teresa or myself, and we will do our best to answer your questions. The bottom line is we want you to know that we are very aware of this situation moving forward, and we are doing our best to protect our buyers and sellers. Till the next time, Richard Forget from Team Forget, the name you won't forget.